Hey there, I'm back with my new video on questions you should have asked yourself, and my today's question is, why don't we print our own money? Back then, when I was a kid, I asked my mom to buy me something. I don't know what it was, but she said that we don't have enough money. I told her that it was just paper and we can't print it at home. To which she replied, no, that's illegal. And why do these paper hold value? A simple answer to this question is, these paper currency hold value because we believe that they do. But what if we don't believe in them? Well, people not believing in paper money is already a bygone. There once existed barter system, about which you must have had a lecture when you were at school. Apparently, people used to trade their needs, but not without complication and sad interferences. For example, if I grow corn and you cultivate wheat, and you don't want to buy my corn but clothes, but I do need your wheat, hereby the purpose of trade fails because of the lack of coincidence. However, this problem can be solved with a third party involvement who wants corn and is ready to trade it for clothes. But owing to the fact that necessities are traded much more frequently than any other commodities, the solution is still not efficient enough. Having said that, the barter system lagged. We started trading in various mediums such as stone, buckskins, mirror, shells, tobacco, salt, animal, barley, as well as alcohol. China then made some coins with rectangular holes in it, which were initially used for trading, but eventually these coins proved to be heavy for bigger transactions, and the traders under no circumstances would prefer carrying big bag full of coins for each transaction. Then they started accepting written proofs, which were the liquid assets cashable whenever required or otherwise. But why would they take effort to cash these written proofs and not directly receive the denominations in terms of currency? Papers were assigned denominations which were easy to be traded. But why would anyone accept these notes issued by some other foreign government? As we can see, there was no standard to these things, and it was unfair because these things were prone to losing their value anytime. So we needed something that can retain their value for a longer period of time and was not readily available to all without toil. Thereby we shifted to gold and silver. They were awesome and they could even retain value for like forever. But they did not have an actual value. That is, just like paper money, they don't have a value of their own. I am not saying that these are less valuable than alcohol, but you cannot actually drink it. You got my point, right? The problem actually was in the solution. That is, the maximum value a country can reach is inhibited by the amount of gold we have on our lovely planet Earth. But for the time being, it was not a very big problem. Meanwhile, banks were developing. They started accepting gold in exchange of paper-written assurances, which were further used for trading. Sweet. But the banks started lending more, that is, their own printed money, than the initial deposits. So, what if the clients of the bank wanted to withdraw their gold deposits all at once? The banks would collapse. This was the very reason for the rise of the central bank. Thus, it maintains the uniformity of currency all over the country. Also, it holds the sole right of printing of currency, thereby maintaining economic stability. Even now, the commercial banks do not hold much money. They hold just 4% of what you deposit, and they keep the remainder with the central bank of the country, which in India's case is Reserve Bank of India. Then, money was also backed with gold, that is, money was of gold standards. But when the world came against each other on the war front, that is, the World War I and the World War II, most of the countries spent much more money than the gold they actually had at their disposal. So they took their money off gold standards, except one country, which made more profits by selling weapons and thus had gold in abundance to keep their currencies in gold standards. You must have already guessed the name. Yeah, it was the United States of America. Now every currency was compared, calculated and estimated in the terms of US dollars. We have been continuing the same process till date and don't know till when. However, in 1971, they took US dollar off the gold standards. Only after the other countries started buying more and more gold, and not to mention US already spent much of it in the Cold and the other following wars. Now the money is flowing free. But if the money is flowing free, why can't a country print more and thereby float it in the economy at a greater pace? Well, that will cause inflation and the value of money will go down and down and down until it becomes worthless. So the more money we print, the lesser value of the currency becomes. Sorry for the lie. My mother just told me it's illegal. I read the rest from the internet. Thank you for watching. Do share this video too and with everyone.